Hi, I'm Bob Orlando, and I have been for as long as I can remember. With that introduction, you should get the idea that this is going to be a little bit lighthearted. We're going to deal with a serious subject, but we want to have fun with it. Anything that you can have fun with, you can learn so much better. We're going to cover today 5 principles of Indonesian fighting arts. They are adhesion, whiplash, gyroscopic rotation, shearing, and seating. We're going to use techniques to show you their application, but the techniques are not what you want to focus on. You want to focus on the underlying principles. We're going to use drills that will help you internalize these movements so that they become part of your arsenal and your repertoire. We want to begin with the short sequences, which are not complete techniques, but just parts of them. We want to go through the short sequence, and then as the video progresses, you'll see those sequences developed into full-blown techniques. But the short sequences will demonstrate where we're going, what the destination is. And with that, I want to make sure that you don't focus on the techniques. The techniques are not what's important. The underlying principle is very important. If you understand the principle and can internalize it, then you can make up all the techniques you want, techniques that fit you perfectly and the situation in which you find yourself. Whether you're an expert or a novice in the martial arts, you're going to need to understand a few terms. And we'll keep them to just a handful. When you engage an opponent, there are basically 2 responses that you can have. One is deflection or redirection. The other is striking. Now, I'm excluding avoidance because avoidance doesn't engage an opponent. There you're just fleeing from him. In the definition that we're going to use for deflection responses, we ascribe 2 terms primarily: block left and block right. Let me show you block left. The first deflection we're going to use is called block left. What I'll do is I'll give you a sequence that shows you how it's used, change the angle, do it again, and then we'll break it down and see what we've done. Against a right punch, moving in, boom, block left. What I've done is 1, this hand comes up into place, 2, and I hit. Timing-wise, it should move like boom, bam. I want a 1, 2, hit him with the wrist, drive into here. The blocking element is the first 2 moves. 1, this hand comes up into place. 2. Now switching sides, I'm going to step in 1, hit here 2, and all the while I'm climbing in. So Gus, if I can have you stand right here for a second. I move in, 1, 2, 3, hit. First hand hits, this hand must come into position. It's called block left because from our center of the universe perspective, every one of us is born thinking we're at the center of the universe. Some of us still do. But from that perspective, everything going this way is to my left. Everything going this way is to my right. So using that perspective, this is block left. It's a block because I'm not striking immediately. 1, 2. It doesn't matter how strong this man's arm is. I can hit it, and hit it, and hit it. He's got to spend energy putting it back. I'm just going at it like a piston, driving it away. If the first one doesn't move it, the second one comes in and takes its place. I climb up his arm and hit him. That's block left. It is 1 movement, but 2 motions. The far hand picks it up. The second, left hand, slides over the top and displaces it. Done with movement, I move in and strike.
That clip was from one of Bob's first videos, Fighting Arts of Indonesia. A lot has changed in his system since then. Bob was always more interested in preserving the artiste than the art, so he did make changes. And he highlighted them in his later videos, Reflex Action, Fighting Footworks of Kuntao-silat, and his Fighting Forms video, which all can be seen on my Patreon page at Orlandokuntao. Let's take a look at some of the changes. Block right with the shave. We have block left with the wave. We have, so if you took a left punch, got the shave. We even have block left or block right extended. We have block right with the wave. We also have block right far. Much like when we do stiff wrist left, I think it is, as you throw the punch. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, here and down there. Then we have strike mode that we do in clip hand number 8. So we got many different. Now Bob used to call this block left. We just bam, bam. And then he switched it to here. I think he switched it to there just because I envision this as you just see something out of the corner of your eye and you just have to save your face. This is something that maybe you see a big haymaker coming and it's and you can climb up the wall and come in that way. Let's try, and I think we played with this a little bit before, but as he throws the left, so it's just going to be block left, then 1, 2, and then throat, and then punch, and then a haymaker, and then throat, and 1, 2, and 4, and throat, and nice and slow. And that's just so that you get you used to 1, 2, 1, 2 instead of just because you never know, you might because the guy has the left, he's like 1, 2, boom, and then you're in. So you get used to seeing that pattern of 1, 2 instead of just 1. Is what I'm thinking. I don't know if I'm going to add it.
Sure.
But it's something we can play with. Now the practical part of this, if he throws the left and he throws right, boom, after in the left lead. So it's 1, 2, boom. And then I roll. Because there's not that much difference between this and that, except I'm moving in, I'm capturing this arm here, so it's 1, 2, 3. I got him twisted here, so I have his leg pinned, sucking this arm into here, and then I can rotate, boom,